Hey everyone, it's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. So, a little bit of OMI news first. OMI down about 0.43% over the last 24 hours. And that is on the heels of us coming at less than 400,000. It was about $382,000 in volume, so really nothing at all. But we still managed to outperform the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq, which were all down about 1%, except the Nasdaq was down about 0.6. So again, we did outperform that. We did not just outperform them, we did outperform other cryptos as well. We did outperform Ethereum, which is down about 1.89%, and we did outperform Bitcoin as well, which is down 2.79%. So it is a rough day in the markets all around. OMI holding strong, outperforming everybody though. Pretty excited about that. To the news. There was an update yesterday, so for those of you that have not done anything, that haven't been on in a while, definitely go update that. And I don't know what that was for. I don't know if that was for the airdrop of the David Warhol, or if it was the airdrop of the ability to get those cards. They sent out a lot of the people that of the t-shirts, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. If you noticed any other interesting updates that maybe I haven't seen, comment down below, because I'm really curious to see if anyone else has noticed anything different than I have. Epico Regal goes in and says, so it begins, easy to play, easy to earn. We are pleased to announce Epico Regal Jackpot Hermont Ritu, where you can earn NFTs of different rarities by completing 5 different activities. And then Akomi says, so maybe a little bit of stuff for OMI there. Like I said, they will use OMI as well. I believe they're using the Polygon version of OMI. So right now, in case you're unsure, there are 4 different versions of OMI. There's OMI on the Go chain, there is wrapped OMI, there's Immutable X OMI, and then there is OMI on Polygon as well. I'm not sure which one Feesh use. Comment down below if you know. More on Brockman Blockchain in a bit. So Gary Baseman had tweeted out, says, here you can get your Veve/Toby artwork, the one-of-one digital collectible art auction only on the Veve official web app. This one-of-one digital collectible includes a signed physical print and lunch with him, Gary Baseman, and David Yu. Silent auction begins, technically that began yesterday, and after that had began yesterday, I'm not sure what it is right now. I think it was $1,000 minimum in order to bid on it. Will I bid 1,000? Sure. Will this go above 10,000? Absolutely. Will this go above 20,000? Probably. Again, the last one, which had a dinner with David Yu, which again, I'm not 100% sure was already cashed in, that sold at about 29,000. So for this to go for $9,000 less, yeah, I believe so. Granted, it is lunch with Gary Baseman and David Yu, and it's not dinner with just David Yu. So we'll see exactly how much it goes for. I'm so heckin' curious. Comment down below your favorite guess, what you think it would go for. So speaking of Gary Baseman, Brockman Blockchain says, because it has something on the back, it's now worth 300% more. Someone's listening to what people want. I guess people do like those double images, and on the back it does say Baseman. So we'll see if that has any effect on the price. Comment down below if you like different things on the back of your art. I like those on the lenticular cards. I've said this many, many times. I am bullish on those cards, a lot of different layers, because on the back it does have the signature from each of those Fab 5 from the Disney lenticular cards. Those thought were great. More on Brockman Blockchain with just a second. This meme does have precedence though. Somebody says, I'm so happy I caught this purple rat with a purple ball. This, for those of you that do not know, this is a Rattata. Rattata is one of the weakest Pokemon in the game, but one of the first that you encounter, and that purple ball is a Master Ball. And why am I bringing this up is because that one ball, you only get one in the game, each game, whichever you play, and it catches any Pokemon. Could be super rare, could be super hard to catch. Someone, a noob, accidentally used it on a Rattata. And why am I bringing this up? It's because Brockman Blockchain said something about helping people. I'll read you the tweet right now. One of the tweets was saying, hey, I use Veve mostly for NFTs and Web3/OpenSea. MetaFox, means MetaMask, is something I wish I knew more about. And it was a poll, and people were like, true, I'm too lazy to learn, false, or when. And 35% said true, that they use Veve mostly for NFTs, and it's MetaMask is something they wish they knew more about. 16% said I'm too lazy to learn. 27% said, yeah, no, I'm good with all that. That is false. And the other 22% were kind of trolling, saying when dot. And Brockman Blockchain says, so only 27% of people know about Web3 beyond Veve official. From the poll, and interoperability is going to go grand, and it probably has to dust off his teaching hat. And why I bring this up is because he's obviously very knowledgeable. For those of us that are also knowledgeable, you're gonna have to take on the role of teacher, helping. Like, again, if you want to go and just kind of not help, if you can't help, at least don't hurt. But I feel like a lot of new people that are coming in and they kind of know about Veve, but then they kind of know about MetaMask, so they don't really know. It'd probably be a really good idea for the community of Veve to put their best foot forward and say, hey, let me help teach you. That brings a warm sense of community, that keeps people coming back, and that keeps people feeling like we have their back, and they will be more willing to spend more money. Just throwing that out there. So we do have those choices, the underbrush ones, the secret rares. I think there were 100 of them, and there was a little bit of issues with it some people had. Somebody says, care to explain Veve official? There's 100 editions, and Reverend Alex G said there would only be 100 mints for 100 shirts when we asked this, and when it was out there, it was said that, okay, there's actually 140 mints, but they keep the top 40. And Veve Digital Collectibles responds, as with any collectible, Veve sets aside a portion of editions for the archives. There are only 100 editions of this collectible delivered in circulation. So there was just really a couple of people that misinterpreted what they had said. There are only 100, but I guess people thought that there would be 100 of them, and then Veve would keep back a certain amount, not that there would be 140 and 40 being kept back. People also didn't like that they were keeping back 40, but that's what they do. That's what they always do. So I get it. Out of 140, there's really not a ton that are going to be, there aren't a ton in general, so it is very, very scarce already. And then for them to take 40, I get it. They took a large amount already. I kind of understand what they're going from, but again, this is to be expected. They always take the first 40. The only times where they haven't is in like early in that first season where they took like the first 15 or first 20, and that's about it. Also, one more thing on Brockman Blockchain, and it is something he tweeted back on the 17th. So this was a couple of days ago, and I did cover it, but this came to me in a dream. For those of you that do not recognize it, here's the tweet in question. It says, random, anyone else bothered by the DreamWorks logo being solid white background where all the other ones are darker or more vivid backgrounds? Glad we have so many brands to nitpick things like this, but it's fun to look at them and still just getting started. I just going to preface this with saying when I was younger, I was the biggest conspiracy theorist, like full on Alex Jones, full on, it was the New World Order, full on all of that. So there are times when I connect dots that aren't there. There are times when I predict things and they're wrong. There are times where it's just way out of left field. William Holden, comment down below if you get that reference. And again, this came to me in a dream, and when you dream, your brain releases massive amounts of dimethyltryptamine, which is DMT, which is what causes you to have those psychedelic dreams. But remember how when he was partnered with Akomi, again, they had the Feesh's ex-Akomi partnership, and that's just so they could use Omi in their stuff. He made it very, very clear, and he was very, very specific on this point, that the partnership was with Akomi, not Veve. And I didn't really understand why. Maybe I thought he said that because, people might have been confused that, just because it's Akomi, you automatically have a partnership with Veve, which is not the case. So when he goes about this, talking about things are just getting started and talking about this app, again, he's very close to the team in general, and maybe he is something excited about that. But part of me, just thinks that maybe the Feeshes happened to get partnered with Veve. And again, I have zero proof of this. It came to me in a dream, but I thought that was a cool, interesting theory. And comment down below if you think, Chavez, you're crazy, or you think like, hey, this is a pretty legit idea. Anyway, moving on. So we do have an interesting statistic over here as far as market caps for any specific collectible, and the top 12 starts with Partner Statue, goes to Todd McFarlane, the Secret Rare Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 252, R2-D2 is number 5, which is incredible. Marvel Comics number 1, the Emperor's Fist, so Darth Vader Ultra Rare. You have Superman, you have C-3PO, you have Elsa, which is number 10, that's really cool. You have Donnie at number 11, and Eddie Russo at number 12. So the Eddie Russo has a $4.3 million market cap, and the market cap for the Partner Statue is $17.7 million. Again, the market cap is how many additions multiplied by the floor. Obviously, the market cap goes higher and higher as the additions become less and less, or not the additions, as the floor rises and rises and less of them are taking out of the circulating supply. I just thought that was really interesting that that's the top 12. A lot of these are things that I would go and label A to S tier, pretty much. yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go and have anything that's greater. Everyone comment down below what you also think should be in the top 12 that's not here. Maybe one could be replaced, vice versa. I don't know. So here's a video done by Shopify. Yes, Shopify, something that is down 77% since all-time highs. Here's a wall.
Okay, computer, I'd like a corn-themed wallpaper. no.
Like what?
In a tiling pattern.
And basically through voice recognition, this guy goes and he basically tells the computer and AI stuff what to do, and it's absolutely incredible. And why I decided to bring that up is because Shopify is a major company, and you do have people that are going and using different types of AI in order to go and do fashion, which Benito Fernandez, a buddy of mine, he's been on the podcast, happened to do at New York Fashion Week. A lot of people have been doing that. What type of company is going to benefit most from other companies moving the ball forward for AR? Probably going to be Veve. I mean, again, if Veve is already a multi-billion-dollar company and is only going to get massively bigger, probably hundreds of billions of dollars in the future. If they don't have to be the ones to work on it and they could just be on other people's apps, I think that is probably going to be one of the most beneficial things. It's not like when I was buying and selling Pokemon cards, and I had to go and pretty much educate a lot of people on a lot of the cards and why the prices were the way they were. They don't have to do that with AR. They don't have to convince the rest of the world because they have so many other multi-billion, $100 billion companies doing that for them. To me, that's one of the most bullish things for the future. At Universal in Orlando, Halloween Horror Nights is kind of taken over for the next month and a half. So it's almost spooky season. And they have a sign that says "Collect the NFT powered by Hypermint." So they don't go and they put digital collectibles. They actually go and put NFT. And it said, "Scan the QR code with your smartphone camera to collect the NFT. Collect all 8 Haunted House NFTs to unlock bonus NFTs." So it is collecting. And again, I'm not sure if this will actually work. So go ahead and try to scan that if you can. And maybe that'll work for you. But they don't just have that. They have a bunch of them. Here are the 9 in question. There are 8 there's the 8 in question. And then once you get all 8 of those, you unlock the 9th one. But I just thought that was really interesting. Anyway, moving on. The floor price of the Fantastic Four #1s has gone way down. This was like $24,000 at one point. And yesterday the floor was about $2,700. So I have a post from Harry Zamil, saying, "Very happy with this. Just a shame about the mint. Can't complain too much though for $2,700. Never thought I'd grab one for so cheap. Thinnest floor I've ever seen." Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because we had a comic that was once so great. It is still super fantastic. Go from $24,000 down to $2,700. I'm not 100% sure what it was now. But this does come on the same day that on eBay you had a Fantastic Four #1 at a 5.5 sell for $52,995. The seller, Semper Comics, just sold a 1961 CGC 5.5 Fantastic Four #1 for fantastic, almost $53,000. Known for its intro of Marvel's first superhero team, this issue paved the way for the Marvel Universe as we know it. So again, as let's just say things like the Todd McFarlane Batman. Sorry, I'm gonna make you all guys dizzy. As the digital for the Todd as at one point was well over 10x the amount of the physical, you see the opposite in comics. You see that the physical is still 10x. Sometimes I don't know, it could be like 100x more than the digital copy. So I am very, very interested to see how that dynamic plays out. I think that the digital Todds will obviously keep growing. But I think there's a big gap between the physical comics and the digital comics. It is quite opposite of what we've seen for the physical statues. So I think that one of the best things to diversify in is some of these comics that are really, really undervalued. Again, that is just my opinion. So we do have some news for our OMI Utility article and OUP, a little bit of a sneak peek before it comes out, hopefully by end of September, but maybe by first week of October. We have HelloK reporting OUP and OMI wagering will allow you to purchase tickets of 3 tiers. Bronze tickets, which are free, silver tickets, and gold tickets. He doesn't specify the prices for it, but previously OMI wagering allowed you to put up OMI tokens to greatly increase your chances of securing a drop in the queue. That's all I could extract from Reese for right now. And Puddin' Cheeks goes on and responds, he said free to everyone on bronze, possibly meaning don't have to be a staker to purchase them. So if we go and we recognize that you have to be a staker, like an OMI staker, to purchase the gold and silver NFTs, I think back in one of the original OUP articles, you had like 3 or 4 tiers of staking, like a $5,000 one, $10,000 one, and I think it went up to 50K. I'm not sure in the OUP if it's going to change, like we have a highest staking tier of 100K, or they lowered it to 25K so that more people do it. I'm not 100% sure what they'll do. They could have kept it the same. I have no idea. But if we can go and say maybe that's a way around becoming a security, instead of going and wagering OMI, like you used to be able to do, or hypothesize you used to be able to do, maybe instead of wagering OMI, you could go and buy these tickets and wager the tickets instead. It's like that episode of Zoe 101 where Logan is trying to get Chase elected president and they're handing out Chase bucks. And Zoe says, you guys just can't hand out money. And they're like, we are not handing out money. That is illegal. We are handing out Chase bucks, which are redeemable at any school store. So it's kind of a way around it. And this is a beautiful way, a insanely beautiful way to go and wager OMI without actually wagering OMI. And I cannot wait for the rest of OUP to come out. Comment down below when you think we get it. So I mentioned Shopify before, and Foster Hilt decided to weigh in saying, Twitter CEO is saying, OMI is a crap coin, OMI is a scam, OMI is trash, and the global markets are on fire. Well, Shopify has a $54 billion market cap and is down the same percent as OMI this year. In 5 years, Shopify went up 193%. I had a couple of friends that invested in that, rode it all the way up, had a nice gain. But in that same period, OMI had grew an astounding 39,221%. And Foster Hilt says, I choose OMI, as do I. Again, you go on in here and you just take a look at all of the massive drops that we had. Snap and Shopify were down the same amount at 77%. Square was down 60%. Zoom down 58%. Netflix down 61%. And Apple was down 14%. Doesn't show it on this list, but Tesla was down about 13%, which is why I'm still 100,000% bullish on Tesla. Okay, well, why? Well, because I feel like demand destruction for gasoline in the US has dropped below the level hit during the depths of the coronavirus in 2020 to levels last seen 25 years ago in 97. Even though the number of cars on the road, most of them gas-powered, is much higher than it was 25 years ago, the amount of gallons per gas that you get goes up, the amount of other things, it's the amount of hybrids on the car as well, even though they are gas-powered, they are hybrid. I'm still 100% bullish on Tesla. And when OMI goes up, that Tesla might be one of the things that I invest back into just on just as a diversification thing. But yes, I did sell all of my Tesla for OMI already. I might go back into it at some point. Also, if you happen to live in the Beverly Hills area, Diamond Baby is lost. That is Paris Hilton's dog. I could only imagine that Paris Hilton will give you pretty much whatever you want as far as financial reward. And if you decide to go and find that dog, who is a small Chihuahua, black and brown, her name is Diamond Baby. She's a little shy and will go belly up if you try to carry her. You will be able to go and get a nice reward if you find her. Also, in other crypto news, we have Watcher Guru reporting that Colorado now accepts Bitcoin and crypto for tax payments via PayPal. Why is this important? Is just because it just gives more utility for crypto and more credibility for them at large. But also why it's important is because the government is saying, yeah, no, give us your crypto. Hell to the nah. You ain't getting my crypto. I mean, I don't live in Colorado, but anyway, that's it for me today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye.